We had some drama last night in the Cavs-Warriors game. Cavs got the win, but in the third quarter, all of a sudden you got a little scuffle between
chippy.
Donovan Mitchell and Draymond Green. Donovan Mitchell comes down the floor, bumps Draymond, and all of a sudden they're going at it. People are going, what happened? And then the officials review it, and they say, oh, Draymond Green gets a technical foul because on the previous play, he pushed Donovan Mitchell, and then Mitchell retaliated. Mitchell gets a common foul. And the reaction after the game was borderline insane. Borderline insane. Not just, even on the broadcast. I'm going, what? Am I seeing the same thing? Here's what Steve Kerr had to say about the play.
A technical for elbowing Mitchell a couple plays before, maybe. So I had never heard of this rule, but apparently you can retroactively call a technical on someone from 2 plays before upon review.
Your opinion of that rule?
I had no idea. So there's lots of plays I'd like to go back to from 3 years ago, and that was bizarre.
I don't know if Steve Kerr had a chance to actually watch it or not, because some of this reaction is crazy to me.
Yeah, it was because he thought it was like plays ago, and it was the previous possession.
Yes, Morgan. So LeVert scores, and that's the play at the 6:28 mark, right? When Draymond gives a little forearm to Donovan Mitchell.
In the back.
Then the next play, in transition at the 6:23 mark, is when Mitchell comes down and hits Draymond. It was right there. So the officials go, we got to look at both things. But it was just one of those weird nights that I saw this coming. We're watching this game live, and Draymond's just on one.
And let me just say this, because there's times where I understand the love for Draymond's energy, and it's like, this gets the team going. I could tell right from the start with this. I was like, this energy is going to deflate the team tonight. That's what it was, and it never helped them actually get back into the game.
So there was a lot going on throughout this. Even in the game, it was physical. He took a charge from Jared Allen, immediately gets up, and is in Jared Allen's face.
Jawing, screaming. And I'm like, are they going to... I kind of like that they don't call anything, because I do feel like, hey, let the guys keep playing, show the emotion. But it was in his face.
And Jared Allen kind of laughed and pushed him away. And then on a loose ball, Draymond dived into the floor with Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell called for a foul, and Draymond's kind of yelling at him again. So he was just... I told Morgan, I'm like, he's about to get tossed.
Yes.
It's going to happen. Yep. And what do you know? He comes down with that forearm to Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell retaliates. A couple of things. The first one was, how the officials go back and review that? Because that's what led to the physical altercation.
Yeah.
Right? To Donovan Mitchell coming down and pushing, and then the jawing back and forth. It was literally a sequence, so they could look at that. The next was, how do you give Draymond a technical for that, and then Donovan Mitchell gets a common foul?
Yeah.
That's the one where I agree. I mean, to me, if you really want to legislate it...
Double tech.
But Draymond would still get ejected.
Correct.
It's not just a common foul. How is that a common foul? Donovan Mitchell comes down
and just lays in his arm into Draymond, and it was retaliation. There's no you can justify it if you would like to. Either way, both those should have been deemed a technical foul. Like, it's just not safe for the game when one guy is shoving another guy in the back. And by the way, because there are a lot of fragile fans out there, it doesn't mean that this doesn't happen every night in the NBA or at times. But the thing that it happens with Draymond is every possession in some games like this where it becomes dangerous or dirty, or he just goes over the edge. And this was one of those games for him.
Morgan, it's simple, okay? Draymond has this reputation, and I'm reading social media, and it's like, the league's after Draymond. He's got that reputation. I'm like, dude, I watch games every night. Draymond gets the longest leash in the NBA, but he gets all these technicals. Yeah, but he knows what he can get away with. And that's part of what makes him such a fun player, is because he plays hard, he plays with passion. And a lot of times when he's going at the officials, I think he does it in a respectful way.
Yes.
But there's sometimes the officials go, okay, you've done enough. Here's a T. We're probably not going to give you another T. And he knows that. So he keeps pushing.
Yes.
This was the one where they had too much of him that specific night. So I don't want to hear this like Draymond Green's the victim thing. It's just weird to me.
Yeah, no, and we've seen it with someone even like Luka Doncic knows that he can get away with push. And he's like, you're not going to throw me out of this game. There's certain guys that know that that's going to happen, and so they go the extra mile. But when like you do it to yourself and you shove someone in the back, and there's a lot of people out there being like, that's not a shove. If you watch the replay, his entire arm does fly forward in Donovan Mitchell.
transition. It's a dangerous
does fly
play. That's all there is
forward.
to it.
That's all there is to it. And what I will say is that some people would be like, you know, if this was someone that you were rooting for, maybe you would feel differently about it. Been there, done that. DeMarcus Cousins used to be on the Kings, and I did not stick up for his antics either.
What did you guys think of what went down between Draymond Green and Donovan Mitchell? Did you think that the league should have been, or the officials should have been able to look back at the previous play? I had no problem with it. I thought it was all part of the sequence. Let us know in the comments below. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe.